Hey everybody, this is Travis Vanden Jager's house. This is our official video litter announcement for our C litter. Now I'm going to go over a lot of the pedigree information. As you see in the previous video clips, the father and the mother of this litter. So now I'm going to go into the pedigree and explain exactly what I was looking for this pairing. I myself wanted to have a puppy that I can train from start to finish in PSA and title, and to incorporate in my breeding program hopefully in a couple of years. So I wanted to make sure that I could find a stud that matched Sophie's genetics perfectly to produce the kind of dog that I am specifically wanting. Now the good thing about that is a lot of people are looking for what I'm wanting. I'm wanting a high drive dog that will listen and has a good trainability, but also has that off switch that can be manageable in the home and around the house. So a lot of people want that on and off switch, and that's what I've been looking for. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and look at how I decided to genetically stack these puppies for what I'm looking for. Now the puppies were born last night, September 16th, 2016. There was 8 of them. We had 3 females and 5 males, so a pretty good balance. And the father of this was Angus Van Mastock, and the mother was Fontaine d'Or Edge, or as you all know her, Sophie. Now, when it comes to looking at dogs in the working dog world, genetics play a very important factor. This litter's breeding has been specifically chosen for these genetics that will produce some outstanding working puppies. Being line bred 4-3 on both Jason and Aster Van Joe farm, this alone shows you the amazing potential these puppies have genetically. Now, Jason was the French Ring 3 NARA champion back in 2000. He has produced some of the best and most amazing police service dogs the world has seen at that time, and he has also produced some of the highest scoring Schutzhund Malinois and some of the first titled PSA dogs. Some of the dogs that you will notice from his progeny was Fontaine d'Or Chloe, who is a PSA 3, Fontaine d'Or Elijah, also known as Alice in our world, as a PSA 2, and the well-known producer Fontaine d'Or Kane. Now, Alice was also BH, PSA, PDC, and she earned high in obedience, high in protection, high in trials in both the 2010 regionals and the PSA national championship for the PSA 1. Now, in addition, she placed 3rd at the 2011 National PSA 2 Championships, earning the high in obedience. She's also scored a 196, 197, and a 197.5 during her AKC companion dog testings. So Alice herself has produced some amazing IPO, PSA, and police service dogs. On the other side of the line breeding, we have Astra. Astra comes from a 3-2 line breeding on Elgos, who was a French Ring 3, Mondial Ring 3, and was a 6-time world competitor, and also the Belgian champion Bibber. Now, when you look at Astra and her offspring, you will notice many titles from almost every dog sport, as well as many dual-purpose dogs for the police forces. Angus himself is preparing for his French Ring 1 and is hoping to trial later this year or early next spring, depending on how the weather treats everybody and how those trial dates line up. Now, Sophie has some really nice names in hers, such as Roe and also as Elgos, but also she is half-sister to the world champion Boker, who has a long track record of success, placing first in the 2012 AWMA National Championship, 2014 AWDF Nationals, and the 2012 Northeastern Regional Championship, where he scored a perfect 100 in Phase C. But most of you know him from the TV show Person of Interest. So when you look at dogs' genetics, you will find that these dogs are stacked highly, to create the best and hardest working dogs that we can find. Now, just like any other dog that comes from my kennel, we have some things that we include as well. We include health certificates. We take them to the vet to get checked. Everything age-appropriate vaccinations, deworming. We make sure they're microchipped. And I also have a health guarantee in my sales contract, so ask for a copy so you can go over that as well. So after 2 years, if there's any problems with the hips, elbows, eyes, or any kind of genetic deformalities, then those are covered in my health guarantee. Also, they come with limited registration. I hold off on full registration until they're at least 2 years old and have passing OFA scores. And also on top of that, I highly recommend having a working title as well. But as you see, our puppies get started rather early. At 3 weeks old, I start odor discrimination on narcotics. If you have a certain specialty that you want, such as UKC nose work or explosives or something like that, contact me and I can specifically train that dog for that. But as a whole, the litter gets started in narcotics at 3 weeks old to start odor discrimination. From there, when they start getting about 6 weeks old, things like that, we start working on marker training, classical conditioning to the verbal cues, clickers, hand rewards, things of that nature. We also start working on nose down behavior for tracking, and then we start building up those prey drives and bite development starting at 6 weeks old. So by the time you get your puppy at 8 weeks old, it's going to have everything from nose work, obedience, tracking, and bite work fundamentals already started to help you figure out what you want your dog to be. This also gives us an idea of what each personality is of those puppies to kind of try to figure out which one is right for you. So as you see, our puppies are quite amazing in how we start them off. Now, if you want more information on our training or these puppies, feel free to email me at the link below, or go ahead and just send a message on Facebook. But hopefully that answers a lot of your questions. If you have any more, feel free to ask. And there you go. There's our C litter.